Okay, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. Give me a replay, gang. If you're checking out the replay, my name is Haziq Ali, and I'm a revenue acceleration coach, man. Like, my whole goal is helping you not only get the mechanics of speeding up your revenue, speeding up your income, but also getting you the mindset. Believe it or not, mindset is 80% of it, right? 80% of it, of success in any industry, is going to have to do with the psychological perspective of the one that's doing the doing. You know what I mean? But then there's other pieces, right? There's an actual skill set to it, there's an actual heart set to it. And if you know, like I know, you need all three of them to create a fulfilling life. Appreciate that share, Crystal. If you know, like I know, you need all three of them. You need the mindset, you need the skill set, and you need the heart set. Is that a fact, Mr. Ruffin? Man, I got to connect you with everybody else that's in Chicago, bro. I can't believe I'm just thinking of that. Hopefully, I'm going to see you this weekend. I'm going to see you at the convention, right, David? My man P.O. checking in. Yeah. That means the United Kingdom is in the house. You got to love it. So far, we got Chicago. We got the United Kingdom. Hey, Daryl, where you tuning in from, bro? YouTube gang checking in. Yeah, let's get it. So mindset, skill set, and heart set, that's sort of like forms our triumvirate around here. You know, we want you to be aware of all three of them. Three is a magic number. We separate a business into the before, the during, and the after unit. That's three. You know, we talk about recruitment, referrals, and retention. That's three. We talk about mindset, skill set, and heart set. That's three. Three is a magical number around here. And today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you three different examples, but I want to talk to you about what brings people to action. Remember yesterday we talked about how, yeah, you got these income goals you started writing down at the beginning of the year. And if you're rocking with Millionaire Minded, you're rewriting them every day. Ain't that right, Chanel? You rewriting your income goals every day, girl. Yeah, Kansas City in the house. Appreciate that. Yeah, let's go. Let's grow. My man Spoon checking in. Y'all ever notice that there are two main motivators? There are two main motivators that make everything do what they want to do. Now, I'm not talking about needs. You know, we know that needs are like variety and certainty, right? We know the needs are significance and all of these other things that like help create your psychology, your human psychology. But there are only two motivators, y'all. There's pain and there's pleasure. Which one do y'all think is the greatest motivator? Yeah, Ash, I can't wait to see you this weekend, Queen. Which one y'all think is the greatest motivator? Lyrical Jones is in the house. I love it. Good morning, Queen. Which one y'all think is the greatest motivator? Y'all feel like the greatest motivator is pleasure? Man, I really want to do that. I really want to do that for that person. I really want to do this for me. Or do you think it's pain? Like, oh my God, can somebody make it stop? Y'all know sometimes I tell this story about the farmer and the dog, right? Where the guy walks up to the farmer. He's coming to visit his boy. He ain't seen him in a while. Sup, April? What's up? Hey, can you give me a share, April? Can you share this on your timeline? Ashley, can you share this joint real quick? Yeah, Payne. You're right. But let me tell my story, though. Okay, Vegas is in the house. Let's get it. Okay, all of y'all, see, that's because the type of crowd I'm in front of. Y'all already know some of this stuff. This morning, we're going to talk about how to apply it. You know, so if you're watching this, you're in the right place at the right time. If you understand that pain motivates people a lot quicker. So the story about the farmer and the dog, that's where I was. So a guy walks up on the farmer, and he just hears the dog whimpering like, and he's like, what's wrong with your dog? You know what I mean? And then the farmer looks down and he's like, what you mean? And meanwhile, the dog is like, right? He's like, yo, your dog is just making all these crazy noises and whatnot. What's going on? And the dog steady like, and then the farmer is like, oh, he's just laying on a nail. And then the dude is like, well, why don't he get up? Why don't he move? And then the farmer's like, because it don't hurt enough yet. It don't hurt enough yet. Somebody give me that in the comments. They don't move because it don't hurt enough yet. You got me? Somebody type that in the comments and give me a share. This is it. This is it. They don't move because it don't hurt enough yet. If I can get you to understand that concept, you're going to make a lot of money this morning. Somebody type that in. You're going to make a lot of money. Now the check going to be on the way, but you just now made it this morning. This is what I want you to understand, y'all. The reason that you think the way you think is because of the thoughts that you have. We all have these file cabinets in our head, y'all. And these file cabinets are full of all of the things that we've learned up to this point. Parents put things in our file cabinet. Preachers put things in our file cabinet. Teachers put things in our file cabinets. Our friends, our well-meaning but underachieving friends put things in our file cabinet. Somebody type this in. They don't move because it don't hurt enough. Whenever you're looking at how somebody's thinking, they can only think based on the files that they've got stored. They can't use some other files that they ain't got. You get what I mean? They can only process using what's in their file cabinet. That's why you're here every morning, because we're trying to add information to your file cabinet. Information changes situations. Somebody type that in. They don't move because it don't hurt enough yet. They don't move because it don't hurt enough yet, Mr. Ruffin. Yeah, Spoon, it don't hurt enough yet. That's exactly right. They don't move because they don't hurt enough yet. It don't hurt enough yet. I hope that I can get you to type that in your notes. I hope I can get you to kind of like type that in your brain, because millionaires, there are two great motivators. One is pleasure and one is pain. People are naturally going to seek pleasure and they're naturally going to avoid pain. This is only natural. You hear me? But here's the thing about America, the United States of advertising. Most people around you carry pain so long that it starts to numb them to the feeling. And home-based businesses exist. Entrepreneurship exists to help people get rid of pain. If there's no pain, then there would be no home-based businesses. You get that? If there was pain, there would be no, if there wasn't pain, there would be no home-based businesses. If there wasn't pain, there would be no entrepreneurship. Our job is to relieve pain. The more pain somebody has, the quicker they're gonna want the solution. Does that make sense? That might be another one for you to type in. The more pain someone has, the quicker they want a solution. The more pain, the more painful, the quicker they want to solve it. The more painful it is, the quicker they want to solve it. That might be something that you write in and add to your file cabinet. Huh? You know, you got a young lady, she's working in the kitchen, she kind of cuts her finger, right? When she cuts her finger the first time, it hurts her, you know, but it don't hurt enough. You know, so she just keeps on working, right? It wasn't nothing to get excited over. It's just a little nick on her finger, right? So she continues her work with this dull, aching pain. But what happens? The pain persists for 2 days, doesn't require immediate care. But 3 days later, she wakes up from her sleep and her finger is swollen. You got me? It's excruciating pain all of a sudden. So what does she do? She calls the doctor right away. How many of you have been through this with your mouth, right? Like you bite something, it's like, oh, that kind of, right? And then everything is cool, and you go on. They even send something to your house, like, oh, we got a free teeth cleaner. You're like, yeah, whatever. You know, dentist ain't my favorite place, whatever. You keep putting it off, you keep putting it off. Then all of a sudden, your mouth starts swelling up. Anybody, can I get a witness? All of a sudden, it's like, you can't choose. Like, now you calling the dentist like, nah, you know, do you have any empty appointments today? No, matter of fact, you got to take lunch. I'll come, and while you eating your sandwich, can you just look in my mouth, right? It's like we want to fix it now. Why? Because the higher the level of pain, the quicker we want to solve it. Does that make sense? People don't think about their pain. They live with it until it becomes unbearable, right? Doctor ain't got to seek out no patients. The dentist ain't got to seek out no clients. The dentist barely got to advertise. All they got to do is wait until people's pain becomes insufferable. Once their pain becomes unbearable, oh, that phone gonna ring. That's why you got more dentists than you got Starbucks. You hear me? And there are some malls with 2 and 3 Starbucks in there. Next, they'll start putting Starbucks inside the Starbucks. There's so many Starbucks. And you still got so many dentists. You still got way more dentists. You get what I'm saying to you? Pain is the great motivator. It motivates better than pleasure. Pain pushes people to action. Pain is memorable. And if we can speak to people's pain, we can motivate them to take action. Am I making sense to somebody out there? Am I making sense out there? So, how do we get them to focus on their pain? I'm going to tell you how. Tiny questions. Somebody type in tiny questions and give me a share. Somebody say tiny questions. See, what you want to do is use tiny questions to ask about their pain. You've heard me say this before. You'll hear me say it again. Questions are the transportation system for human consciousness. Questions are what make people's brain go in whatever direction you want it to go. It's all about the question. So there are tiny questions you can ask. Somebody type this in. Are you okay with blank? That's tiny question number 1. Here's the second one. You ever feel like blank? That's tiny question number 2. Tiny question number 3. Do you hate how blank? That's tiny question number 3. Tiny question 4. Do you find blank? That's 4 different tiny question formats that you can use that will allow you to make them live in their pain for a minute. You know, if you've ever had a baby rolling around with you and the baby got to use the bathroom, first thing you say to the baby is what? Don't think about it. Because we know if they don't think about it, what's going to happen? The pain's going to go away. Hopefully you can make it all the way home without them peeing on themselves or something, right? Because we made them stop thinking about it. What you want to do as an entrepreneur is the exact opposite. You want them to think about it. You hear me? Are you okay with these long work hours messing up your home life? Now, see, that's a tiny question. Are you okay with these long work hours messing up your home life? You see that? They weren't even thinking about that. It's like, oh, how are you going to bring that up? But now they're living in their pain and you just got a more motivated prospect. Does that make sense to somebody out there? You know, ever feel like you'll be working to retirement for 40 plus years like your parents? Oh, I ain't even think about that, right? Oh, I never wanted to be like them and work 40 years just to live off 40%. No, there's got to be a better way. But I wasn't even thinking about that until you come along with a question. Is that making sense to somebody out there? Hate how your hands and feet and back is always exposed to injury while you're on the job? Do you hate how your back always hurts when you get off work? Y'all with me? Y'all with me? That's a tiny question. What about do you find? What about if we said, do you find yourself having to wear 10 different hats just to make a paycheck? Do you find? Do you find? Am I making sense? You feel how non-intrusive these questions feel, but they're powerful. You feel how non-invasive these questions are, but they're powerful. People don't feel awkward. They don't feel embarrassed. And what did you use? Somebody say tiny questions. Tiny questions, and then give me a share if this is hitting you hard. Tiny questions. Somebody say tiny questions. They're natural, y'all. We feel good asking them. And people feel natural answering them. It sounds like you're just making conversation. So I'm going to give you a couple scenarios, and then we're going to run through some tiny questions for you to ask in that scenario. Yes, social media is amazing. Yes, The fact that we can do Zooms is phenomenal. Yes, we have all kinds of marketing materials out there in the world today. I mean, you can give them a flyer with a QR code on it. I'm talking about you can give them a business card that lights up. I'm talking about they even got business cards. You can tap the person's phone and your information go, but none of that moves them to action. You still gonna need to understand the language of commerce. You still gonna have to find a way to turn casual conversation into cash conversation. You get what I mean? Am I making sense to somebody? Check it out. Let's say I'm talking to a security guard. I could be like, hey man, you okay standing on your feet all day? All of a sudden his feet gonna start hurting. I ain't lying. Or what if I said, man, you ever feel like your feet just gonna fall off? Hey man, you strong, bro. Like, golly, you ever feel like your feet just gonna fall off at the ankle? What if I say to the security guard, do you hate having to stand on your feet all day, man? You need anything? Do you hate having, maybe I'll even start off with, do you need anything? Do you need anything? You hate having to stand on your feet all day? What if I said to him, do you find that standing on your feet all day makes your legs sore? Huh? Do you find standing all day makes your feet sore? Somebody type that in and give me a share. Type that in and give me a share. Sharing is caring. If this makes sense to you, then give it to somebody else so y'all can hold each other accountable. Am I making sense? What if I'm talking to a hairstylist? Are you okay paying all these chair fees? Huh? Are you okay with paying these chair fees? What if I said to the hairstylist, you ever feel like the chair fees are taking a bite out your pay? You ever feel like these chair fees are taking too big a chunk out your money? Now they're like, dang, I didn't even think about that. And now what? We can easily flow into, what if there was a way you could kind of supplement your income and have your customers pay your chair fees? But we don't go there yet. First, we need them to admit they have a problem. Does that make sense, y'all? Am I making sense? What if I'm talking to a daycare worker, right? Because with the hairstylist, I could keep on going with all four of the tiny questions. Do you hate how chair fees eat into your paycheck? Do you find that chair fees eat into your paycheck? Are y'all catching this? Somebody say tiny questions and give me a share. Is this making sense? What if I'm talking to a daycare worker? What if I'm talking to a daycare? Oh, listen, if you feeling this, y'all got to be a convention. Yeah, Jay, I'm glad, bro. I'm glad, baby. That means you're in a Facebook group if you don't see the share button. That's right, Morose. Are you all right with your Bloom? Are you all right with? Are you okay with? That's a good one. What about the daycare worker? You picking up your kids from daycare and whatnot? Hey, so are you okay with what your job pays? Listen, you seem so passionate about what you do, right? I'll give them some kind of opener and then I'll bust that thing out. Are you okay with what your job pays? Boy, it's going to take a strong person for them to be like, yeah, I'm good with it. I kind of like being poor. It builds character. You know what I'm saying? Nah, they ain't okay with it. You ever feel like what you get paid doesn't represent how hard you work? Woo! That's one you can use with almost anybody, right? You ever feel like what you get paid doesn't really represent how hard you work? Come on now. All I'm saying to you is we can use pain in our conversations to get people to act. And once they acknowledge the pain, we can ask them if they'd like to solve it, right? Now, when they say they don't want to solve it, do they say, no, I don't want to solve it? No, they change the subject, Nah, being broke builds character. Or like, yeah, my granddaddy always said that a hard day's work helps a man sleep good. Whatever they got in there, they're going to change the subject. They're going to be cool with it. If I'm talking to an Uber driver, man, do you find that driving Uber starts to mess up your car? Huh? Do you find that like it feels weird you doing all the work but Uber making all the money? Huh? Are you okay with having to always drive if you need some extra money? You know, and then maybe I hit him with one of them icebreakers. Maybe I hit him with one of them joints like, yeah, man, sharing is caring. Let him know, trillionaire Mel, sharing is caring, right? You know, then I might hit him with, one of my favorite icebreakers is benefits plus permission, where I just be like, man, my homegirl drive Uber and she's making an extra $1,000 a month without even having to mess her car up. You want to know how she did it? So I gave him a benefit and then I asked permission. And that's all I flow into out of these tiny questions. Is that helping y'all? Somebody say benefits plus permission. That's how you get on out the tiny question. If you want more of this, make sure you join the Kaizen Academy. We do really deep dives into exactly what to say, really deep dives into homework and activities that you take right there while you're in the class. So, hey, man, this is a good time for you to invest in yourself. It's less than a cup of coffee a day. And if you dig the way I break things down, then you will love the Kaizen Academy. Hope this was helpful, everybody. It's affirmation time. We're going to get on out of here. But yeah, we're going to use tiny questions to help get the client moving. Did I keep my promise, y'all? Did I keep my promise? Make sure that you join the email list and the text message list. That's how you do that. It's affirmation time right now. How helpful was this? Scale of 1 to 10. Let me see it. Scale of 1 to 10. How helpful was this? If you say 10, then please like it. Please give us a heart. Please like it. And then definitely share something you learn. Share something you learn in your Facebook group. Share something you learn on your timeline and tag Millionaire Minded. Yeah. That's pretty good, Atia. Does it ever feel how less you get paid for the work you're doing? Right? You use a tiny question and then you do benefit plus permission. So it's benefit plus permission. Yeah, then you give a benefit and then you ask for permission. Like, you want to know how she did it? Or you want to know how he did it? That vibe. That dial. Let's get it. Also, y'all, before I get out of here, my TED Talk is live. So if you search Haziq Ali on TED.com, or if you go to YouTube and search Haziq Ali, then you can check out the TED Talk. Please leave comments. I can't wait to see what you guys think of it. All right, it's affirmation time, y'all. Let's get it. Yeah. Let's get it. Ask tiny questions and it give benefits plus permission. That's exactly right. Good job. All right, it's affirmation time. Call in right now, y'all. Let's get it. Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. I am so